Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taya and this is Okanda, my Canada Core island. We are just hanging out in my living room today. I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys about treasure islands because I've had a couple of people asking about them, and I know that I mention it quite regularly that I do go to treasure islands, and I wanted to clear up a few things, misconceptions that you might have about treasure islands. So if you like content like this, feel free to subscribe. I do post 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, so stay tuned if you like videos like this. So myth number 1 is that you have to pay to go to treasure islands, and this is not true. You do not have to pay to go to treasure islands. It is completely optional. There are treasure islands out there that you can pay to go to, but I've never gone to the ones that are paid. So from my experience, I can get everything that I need and more just by going to free treasure islands. Treasure islands are islands that are on Nintendo Switches that have been hacked. So the people go in and they hack open their Switch. They have a modded version of the Switch, and then they can use that to place all the items from the game down. So you'll see a sea of items from the game, and you can just go there and you can pick up items, and it's really convenient. So the misconception that I had was that these treasure islands are hacked, and so maybe they'll be bad for my own Switch. Like maybe I will get some kind of a virus or my Switch will break if I go to them. And I can tell you from somebody who's been going to them for months and months now, I've never had my Switch have any adverse side effects at all. The only weird adverse side effect that I did get was that a villager from the move out queue from a treasure island came to my island, and that was when I got Raymond in an autofill. That was pretty funny for me because I didn't really fully realize where he had come from or why Raymond would be in my queue. So now just the kind of basics about treasure islands, the rules, so to speak. Number 1, do not learn DIYs on the island. So when you fly into Treasure Island, they will have all the DIYs in the game sometimes, or a number of DIYs, seasonal DIYs that you can pick up. Do not learn them on the island because that will actually block people from being able to come and go freely. You'll actually be stopping the flow of traffic to the Treasure Island. So take the DIYs home with you so that you're not preventing anybody else from coming or going onto the island. Another one is cataloging is not allowed on the island. So picking up items and then dropping them again in order to get them into your catalog so that you can order them from Nook Shopping is not allowed. So they have garbage cans placed around the island. Most treasure islands have garbage cans frequently around the island, and this allows you to find a garbage can and throw things out if you didn't want them. For example, if you picked something up and then you were like, I picked up the wrong item, there was another item right beside it, I picked it up by accident, you can go over to a garbage can, you can throw it out, and that's perfectly fine. Another rule, you should always leave through the airport. If you leave quietly, this can cause problems for other players. Sometimes it means that they will actually be kicked back to the airport. It's super inconvenient, and personally, just in general on Animal Crossing, I find it quite rude to leave through the minus button. For courtesy's sake, go back to the airport and leave through the airport instead of leaving quietly. Next, if you are going to be away from the computer for a second, just put down your controller and go to the other room, do what you need to do, and come back. Do not leave the menu open because you will be blocking people. Okay, so what was that? Let's recap. That was don't learn the DIYs, don't catalog, don't leave through the minus button, use the garbage cans. If you do not have a strong internet connection that is reliable, so for example, if you are playing online with your friends and you're constantly getting kicked out of the game, or you're losing internet signal as you're playing, you know, if you do Zoom calls all the time and you're constantly getting that your signal is weak, then treasure islands are probably not the best thing for you to do, or you should go and find some other Wi-Fi that's stronger before you do go to treasure islands. If you have a friend or a family member who has a stronger internet connection, then I would suggest just going to see them and using their internet to get onto a treasure island, because if you do go onto the treasure island and you have an unstable internet connection, then you will crash the island, and that is not fun for anybody because everybody will be sent back to their home island and nobody's games will have saved, so they'll lose all the items, which is super not cool. So now that we've gotten all of the rules and some of my tips out of the way, now let's talk about how you actually get to these islands, how I actually find treasure islands to go to. Guaranteed, you will start to find treasure islands and you can choose the ones that you like. So please let me know down below already if you go to other treasure islands and share them so that other people can see the exact ones that you go to. But I'm gonna just share how I find treasure islands, and I typically go to different ones every single time that I go, just because there is such a variety of treasure islands for you to find. So the number one thing that you need to do is you need to get an account on Twitch. So once you're on Twitch, once you've created an account, you're ready to go. You're gonna go over to browse, and then once you're in the browse area, you're gonna find Animal Crossing New Horizons, or you're gonna use the search bar to find Animal Crossing New Horizons. And once you're there, just peruse the streamers and go check out people that are cool over there, because there's a lot of awesome streamers. But you're gonna start to see this kind of thing pop up. Treasure islands everywhere. So there are a few different kinds of treasure islands. There is the kind of treasure island that all of the dodo codes are going to be on screen for you. They will have some that are subscriber only dodo codes, which means that those people are paying every month to be a part of this person's channel. It's just in the same way that YouTube has memberships. This is Twitch's equivalent. These are very, very popular treasure islands. So if you do plan on going to one of these treasure islands, be ready to spend at least a half an hour getting onto the island, repeatedly trying to ask Orville, please let me go, please let me go, please let me go, over and over again. These are not the kind of treasure islands that I actually primarily go to at all. That was the ones that I started going to because it was super easy and I didn't have to do any chatting. Now I prefer watching somebody actually play Animal Crossing or another game, and then they have their treasure islands on the side open for you and ready, but they are doing something completely else. They are playing their game, they're doing crafts, they're playing Animal Crossing, whatever they're doing. I find that much more entertaining and much more engaging to watch them play a game, and I'm just visiting their treasure islands and it's super light and fun. That's the way that I like to spend my Friday nights. So to get to those treasure islands, it's a little bit more tricky, but it's actually not that difficult. So what you're gonna do is find one of these treasure island streamers. Usually they look very different from the other ones because they will have just gameplay, and then in the title of the stream, it will say treasure islands or like 24 plus treasure islands or something like that. Those are the ones you wanna go to because typically they have under 100 people watching, or well under 100, under 50 people watching, and that is the sweet spot that you want to find. Find a treasure island streamer who has like 20 plus islands and there's only like 50 people watching. You know you're going to be able to get onto that island really quick. You know you're going to be able to find the items that you want. Most treasure island streamers have all the items that you need. It's just a matter of finding them. And that is the best part about these treasure islands, is that you can have a really awesome back and forth conversation with the creator to make sure you're going to an island that will have the things that you need. For instance, if I am looking specifically for the basic teacher's desk, for example, a random item, but I really need that exact wood color for a build, and that's exactly what I want, I will not go to random treasure island and just hope that they have the teacher's desk, because sometimes they won't. There's a lot of items in this game. So I will message in the chat and say, which island can I go to that has the basic teacher's desk? Thank you so much. And then they will say it on their stream. They will say, oh, check out this island for that. And the best part about these islands is that you do have to do that, and you have to type into the chat different commands. I would say if you just lurk on some of these streams, 95% of the time somebody else is going to do the command, and you're going to get used to seeing people's commands come up, and you're going to learn. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's okay to go into a chat and say, hey, I'm new to treasure islands. How do they work? And then just go from there. It's a really lighthearted community and everybody's just there to help. I will say the number one tip that I have for treasure islands, whether you're new to them or you're experienced, is just be nice and be patient, because sometimes it can take a little while to get onto the islands. You only have 40 pocket spaces, so you might have to take a couple trips depending on how many items you need. And there are other people who are going to be coming and going onto these treasure islands, so you might be just about ready to leave and then somebody comes to the island and you have to sit through that interface. You have to be patient. Give yourself proper time. Don't go to a treasure island when you're like, oh, I have 20 minutes. That's how much time I have. No. Go when you're like, I'm chilling for the night. I am totally set. I just want to relax, watch some treasure island streamers, and go back and forth a million times to islands. It's so much fun. That is my number one tip. My number one tip, again, is just to be patient and to be kind, be respectful. These content creators are they're so nice that they put these islands out there for free. Just let them know that you're thankful. Just say thank you for the items that you're getting for free. That's the minimum that you need to do, is just be patient and be kind. You see a lot of people coming onto the treasure islands who are being very aggressive and very impatient with the streamers, and that's not nice. So just don't be one of those people. Be a nice person, be nice to the streamers. Treat other people like you want to be treated. So that is it for Treasure Islands, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, remember to drop a like and please subscribe to the channel if you like content like this. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.